I am. Like, is she with Section 21 Everest, or who is this girl? I'm here to talk to you about Zap today, so I'm Debbie. I'll do a formal introduction, but just to get everybody logged in. Then you also want to make sure you have the Zap CRM app downloaded onto your phone. We're not going to use it in the first class so much. We're going to use it in the afternoon class. But you definitely want to download the little blue app called Zap from your App Store or Google Play so that you have access to your CRM, your business, while on the go. This is the most helpful thing I can tell you today. Okay? Did you guys, you just take a notes? Do you have a laptop or a tablet? You want to, this is hands-on?
She has a laptop.
Do you want to get it and grab it? Or? That would be awesome. I'd love as many people hands-on as possible for both classes. First class is primarily using a laptop. Okay? Awesome. We're just happy you're here. But we want you logged in too if we can.
You want us to bring a laptop?
Yeah. Do you have one handy?
It's in the car.
Can you grab it? Grab it, because you're going to want to try out the things we're going to go through today. Hands on. Yay, another winner. It's 2 minutes after, but I think we'll wait a couple more minutes. Who needs help logging in?
I would remember it because I know what I put in. Well, I'm doing everybody
Do you have a laptop? Because we're going to be working on the desktop version, which you see on here, and not the mobile version until the afternoon. I need to remind me.
I just need a plate.
You can't get this and a piece of the desktop. There's some things you do in Zap, like setting up your website, that you can't use your phone for. You got to get on a laptop. Do you want to borrow mine?
Sure.
Okay, I always bring two. It's a PC, if that's okay. I'll use my Mac. Okay. So let me. Everybody good? Your login for Zap. In case you need to know what it is. Does anybody want to answer that question? What do you log in as your username and password? Volunteer. Who's the smarty pants in the room?
Russ.
Well, Russ knows the answer. All right. So it's the same as your 21 online username and password. You do need to know that, yes. 21 online. I'll help you further with that. Your username is your first name dot last name at century21.com. But I cannot tell you what your password is. But if you're trying to log into Zap, it will say, if you don't know your password, click here. So that's what I would recommend, so you can get logged in, but you might have to reset it, okay? All right, now I'm going to log out because I'm in practice. This is not your class. I log out and let's log in. It's going to want to always have my login, and you know that because I use this all the time. There you go. So your username is, remember what it is, right? At century21.com. And then it should look like this. You should be on your dashboard when you're logged in. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do that. And I'm going to do a little introduction, and then we're going to get hands-on in Zap. There's no better way to talk about what these tools are than just doing it hands-on. But I do want to do a little introduction about Zap. Since this is the beginner class, is it good for me to get started? Okay, awesome. So welcome to Zap, the world of Zap. It's the world I live in. My name is Debbie Williams. I'm wearing my name tag.
Hi,
Proudly. Debbie. Hi, everybody. I am very passionate about these tools for you, and it is a privilege for me to come here and be in front of you today. And I thank you for taking time out of your busy days to come here and learn this. I hope and I promise to make it worth your while. And if not, when you leave today, you can hit me. throw things at me during class, okay? Okay. My background on Zap. So I work for Realogy. Realogy is the parent company of Century 21, so I'm a part of the same world and family as all of you, right? We're all part of the same big family, which parent company is Realogy. And yes, I do help many companies across the country, the agents, the brokers, the managers, use these tools in Zap and understand how they can help build your business. And understand this is all here to help you, not to hurt you. This is here to help you. Help you. You can be more successful, and I'm going to show you proof on the agents that are using these tools, how successful it is for them, right? So don't just take my word for it. You don't even know who I am. I have no credibility with you, although please trust me. I'm not a liar. I'm a very honest person. And I've been working with the Zap software with thousands of companies and agents for 11 years. So that's a long time. I have been in real estate. I am not a trainer by nature. Like, I didn't grow up being a trainer, so I'm not here as a trainer. I'm here as a real estate coach, because my entire professional career has been in real estate and in your world, right? I'm walking the same world. I'm from Arizona. I have my broker's license. I don't practice real estate every day because I'm on planes flying across the country doing this. But I understand the world that you live in, and we want to help you. So let me ask you, anybody in the room, and you get to raise your hand, so this is audience participation. Anyone in the room within their first 3 months of being a real estate agent? Very new, okay? 1, 2, yay! So Zap, these tools for you, I would say are really critical for you to get your business going, like to use these, in addition to whatever else. I mean, your wonderful company, Century 21 Everest, does give you opportunities for many tools, right, Russ? Right, and you get to make a choice, but to me, starting out in real estate, having a website that you can design somewhat and promote yourself on and try to attract customers to is critical for starting up a business. How many of you are within their first year of being in real estate? So probably still fairly new in business building. Same thing comes into play. You've got a whole marketing arena called your website that Zap provides you, that you can use to tell the world, you're here, you're in real estate, you work in this market, and you can help them. And then you have a CRM, which is what we were all logged into, a customer relationship management tool. You manage your database. Where are you putting all these people that you hope to work with someday? Where's their names? Where's their contact information going? In your phone? Are you writing it down? Or do you want to have it with you wherever and never lose anything in a CRM system? So you can follow up, stay connected to people. That is the CRM part of Zap. That can help you stay connected and make connections with people. Okay? So anybody would call themselves a veteran in real estate, like more than 2, 3 years and longer. So that would be the remainder of the hands, right?
So
these tools are, hang on, these tools are for you too.
4 years does not mean I'm a veteran in real estate.
You don't consider yourself a veteran. Are you still learning?
Yes, very.
I think every transaction can be a learning experience.
Yeah.
I don't care how many years in the business. What do you find, anybody want to volunteer, what are your biggest challenges? And anyone can volunteer. What do you struggle with the most? Is it finding time to do everything? I hear that a lot.
Well, time to do everything, and then also getting yourself together so you're working everything consistently.
Consistent plan, a consistent system.
Well, you have to work a system, because if you try to do it, well, I'm going to do this, and then you try to remember to do that. If you don't have a system, you're going to miss everything.
Would everybody agree with that? I would absolutely 100% agree. When you're in a sales profession like we are, systems are very important. Doing things consistently, doing the right things consistently, right, that have a payoff. And so one of the consistent things you do in real estate is you're always prospecting for new customers, yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have another buyer and seller to work with, you're out of business. So that's called prospecting. And there's so many ways to prospect for new customers. Where's the best place to go to find potential buyers and sellers who may be in the market someday? Where do you think the best place to go is? in today's world? In the world of technology. Hint, hint. I'm giving hints. You guys know the answer. Shout it out.
People that already know.
Well, that's a great place to start, right? Your sphere of influence. Is that true?
Yep.
Yes. So how are you staying in front of them and reminding them you're in real estate? Because that's what it's all about. The people you know, family, friends, neighbors, past work associates, the people you met 10 years ago, people you met 5 minutes ago at a Starbucks. Sphere of influence. How are you keeping in touch with them in a system so your face is in front of them? That's the biggest challenge, correct? Because these people, you never know when they're going to need to buy or sell a house, so you never know when you need to be coming to their minds. So keeping yourself in front of people is important, sphere of influence. How about people you don't know yet? Where are they going to get information about real estate? All the other people in the market. Online. Where do you go to meet people online? And how do you stay connected to online?
Tinder.
Oh my God. Russ knows the comedy here that will work. So I'm going to save all the comedy for Russ. You get because they laughed at you. Yeah, I am not that funny.
Because it's so unusual coming from you.
It is, yeah. So Zap is all about giving you some technology that just helps you with all of those things. A consistent program for prospecting. Zap can help you with that. The CRM. Let me take you on a quick journey. We know that buyers and sellers, right, when they search for real estate, they use technology. Don't we use our phones for everything? Do not we use our phones for everything?
We do.
There
Oh,
are some things I do not use my phone for. Everything's kind of a broad term.
Yeah. Yeah, well, there are some things you might not, but pretty much a lot of things. Right? We use our phones, we have apps, we go online. Buyers and sellers are using their phones to go online and look for apps that will show them the listings in the market or their home value. By all means. I think it's, how many people go online? What percentage of the population?
90%.
What does NAR say? 99? The number keeps going higher.
98% of all people go online
To look for a property. So you gotta have technology that helps you meet them online. Right? And people are looking for easy apps to use or great websites that have all the information. And sites like they can personalize and save things in. You know, kind of like the Netflix that came up when we were doing the Apple TV, right? Like Netflix or Amazon, how all our preferences are saved and all the clicks we take on those sites are always captured. So Amazon knows what we might be interested in buying. Same thing when people are looking for information on real estate. We're looking for that personalization in everything we use. Like technology is spoiling us in that way. So think real estate. Can you provide that service to buyers and sellers? A website, an app where they can personalize. Zap can help you provide that, right? Keep you connected to them. Agents, you need to adapt to technology. Does anyone honestly believe if you're not using technology to promote your business or to offer to your clients to use that you might be out of business? We're a technology-driven culture and society. It's just the way it is, right? If you're not texting people these days, you're probably not getting their attention like you want to. I mean, email's almost archaic when it's, you know, communicating with people. So you guys have to keep up with it and to go out and spend money to have your own website developed or your own app created. Very, very expensive. When you work for the company that you do, Century 21, and they're providing you with tools that can help you with that, it's a very good thing, yes?
Yep.
Yes, yes. Okay.
You got one person.
Wow. Everybody else is thinking about it. Okay, maybe this will make more sense when we actually get hands-on in the tools. This is probably one of my favorite slides to share with you, and it's talking about you staying connected to people through the consumer timeline, buying and selling homes. So this is showing you pretty much the typical consumer these days. They will go online to do some online research. We're calling it pre-research, and they'll typically take 7.1 months just to play around and do research on homes in the market. Do you think that's true?
Sure.
It sounds about right. That's a long time, but they're going online and finding websites like Zillow or Realtor.com or Century21.com to play around and do research on. And they're meeting agents while they're on those sites, and some of those agents might be you. You would want them to be you. You want to meet people while they're online, right? And this timeline is here to show you the typical online consumer, how long it could take before they're actually ready to work with a real estate agent, you, to buy or sell a house, to start communicating. They go through the research, 7.1 months, then they go through an active search phase of another 5.5 months, and then the active phase of actually buying or selling, looking at houses with a realtor or listing their property, is another 4.1 months, right? That, if you add those months up, the timeline for a typical consumer is nearly 18 months from pre-research to actively shopping for homes or listing their home on the market. That's a long time, right? Mm-hmm. Right? So just trying to get you to think about the mindset when you get an online lead, how long it might take before they're ready to actually go out and meet you face to face. So how can Zap, the tools in Zap, help you stay connected, like find them online, have them find you, and stay connected through this period of time, right? So I'm showing you some of the Zap tools, like on the bottom, that help you with each of these phases. When they're doing pre-research, maybe it's a good idea if you can meet these people, invite them to use your own personal mobile app on their phone to do their research and look at listings. Because you all are supplied with a mobile app, right, that you can share with customers. They download it from the link you give them. I'm going to show you how to do that today. They download it from the link you give them. It takes them to the App Store, and they open it and they log in, and then they see all the houses in the market directly from the MLS, fed from the MLS, so they have all the inventory. And should they need anything from you, your face and your name and your branding shows up everywhere on that app. Did you know that? Does that sound exciting?
Yes.
Woo. Come on now! Yes! It's the marketing of you. You.com is what I call it. Yeah. Each of you are running your own individual brand, right? A part of the wonderful Century 21 Everest branding, which is on there too, but it's your name and your face that you want to keep before people and keep in front of them, so when they are ready to go, they think of you. They think of you. Like, they don't reach to anybody else. You want them to think of you anywhere on the timeline when they're ready to go. Bear with me. Also, you've got, if those consumers are using your website or your app that Zap provides and they're logging in, then Zap is telling you, their agent, all of their activities. It's tracking every click they take, whether they use your mobile app or your website on their tablets and their laptops. It's tracking every home they look at. And it's sharing that information with you, the agent, so that you're staying on top of their activities. You know when their activities are heating up, so then you're alerted to the fact maybe you should reach out to them. How many of you think that's helpful? I say yes, if you can help me be more productive, right? So I don't miss out on the opportunity to connect at the right time. Man, I'm all on that, and Zap can help you with that. Hand went up? Whose hand went up? All right, hang on, because I want to kind of end the presentation and get hands on, but I will invite questions when I get to the end. Okay, and then you can recommend homes. When you start seeing the homes that they're viewing on your website and app, you can use tools in Zap, and you can recommend homes for them through the Zap system. You can set them up to get new listing alerts based on the homes they're viewing. You can use that criteria, and then you can have your Zap website push out new listings to them, right? Which will go out on automatic pilot. It's a drip system. And then when those customers get those new listing alerts and they see a house they're interested in and they click on it, it brings them right back to your world because they're looking on your website and your app. And when they're looking on your website and your app at the new listings, you're seeing all their activity. And it's something called a Zap Score. You know how highly ranked they are in activities. So you know I need to reach out, and then you know what conversation to personalize it with. And then when you get kind of to the end, hopefully you take this online consumer and they want to work with you when they're ready to facilitate the deal. Then you have tools within Zap like DocuSign, or coming soon, and I know this is a good tool for you guys, Loop is going to be integrated into Zap. So then you're using the same CRM system to do everything. And then you're using it to close out the transaction. Pretty cool, right? Okay, this is the power of some of these tools of Zap. And I just kind of wanted to show you in this timeline how they can help you. Woo, everybody! And it's helping agents. This is the most exciting slide right here because it's showing you agents who have been using the Zap tools, they are seeing an increase in their production. And that's really, let's just lay it out where it needs to be. This is how Zap can help you because it is working and helping other agents. So this is showing you the more agents log in and use the Zap tools, right, the more closings or increased production they are seeing.
Do you know
Russ,
when it will integrate with Loop?
they're in beta testing phase right now. So I'm guessing, the latest I heard, releasing it to the greater population sometime in the summer. And I know that's very vague.
Of 19 or
Oh no, this year.
20?
Russ, you're funny.
I know. You just need to take me.
I know you know. When it's beta testing, when it's already there being tested, it's a good thing.
Cool.
Yeah, we're pretty close. Question?
Well, I see the Loop in the list of things.
Oh, in
title.
Zap, it is listed in the Zap Store, which is
It's
when
in
you
the
log
Zap
in,
Store, yeah.
for beta companies that are using it right now. Just beta testing.
Okay.
You're right, it's visible in Zap now. So that's a better sign that it's coming soon this year and not next year.
Cool.
Yeah, so I just want to draw your attention to where we'd love to see all of you be on this chart. We'd like to see you guys all in this little bar chart here, where you're logging into Zap more than 10 times per month. Really, best practices, logging into a system where you're checking on your business and your clients every day, once a day, at least minimum, would be the most ideal, but at least more than 10 times a month, because those agents have been experiencing 8.2% increase in production, which is, this is important, 7.5 times higher than the NAR average. I like those numbers. Better than the competition, that's what that says. Let's beat out the competition. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. There's tools in Zap, like you can send emails from Zap to your customers and to your leads, and agents are seeing more showing requests, 25 times more showing requests. You can use a tool in Zap called Property Insights. It's a marketing tool to help you market your knowledge of the inventory. It's called Property Insights. We're going to practice that today. Agents who are posting more than one property insight to their Zap website per month, they're seeing 3.5 times more showing requests. These are tools designed to help you get business. That's what this shows you. And we're going to do both of those today. And then here's what's important. This is the mobile app, and it's showing you that consumers who are logging into your mobile app, they're staying on the app on their phones much longer than they're using their Facebook app, Twitter, and Pinterest, which is amazing to me, right? How many of you are checking on Facebook all the time on your phone and these other social media sites, right? And the Zap app is holding people longer than those sites, right? The stickiness is 8.4 minutes. So pushing the app out there so people have it on their phones, they're literally connected to you when they have the app on your phone. So that's the importance in how it can help you. Gotta love that, right? And then building trust is very important for you. Just meeting somebody online, they find you. Does anybody know what percentage of clients last year that were buyers found their agent online? There were some stats that Nick Bailey said, he's the president and CEO of Century 21, at the recent conference. Do you remember what he said?
I don't remember what he said, but I know NAR says it's 10%.
Yeah. No, 70% of buyers found their agent online last year. This is just taking 1 year. And then working with sellers is pretty important too, getting listings. 75% of sellers found their agent online. So online. Sphere of influence, important. Doing open houses to meet new buyers, important, and potential sellers. You know, other marketing means extremely important, but finding them online, because that's where they're going at the top of the marketing list, right? So let Zap help you with the tools that it provides. Let Zap let you use what's called the Zap Score, right? Help you determine who's most active, who you should be reaching out to, because you can view all their activities and then make recommendations to them, kind of like Netflix will recommend what you should watch next. Well, why not help your real estate customers the same way? Because you can. And we're all used to that, and like that's called providing service and keeping your name and face in front of them. Building connections and trust. That's what Zap's all about and how to help you. And I know Annette very well. She's an agent, but also a part owner of a Century 21 company in Ohio. And Annette says she cannot do real estate without Zap. She's maybe been 5 years in the business, and she's had Zap for about 2.5 years, and there's her testimonial. So just to show you, you know, people are loving these tools. They really are. And so let's get started. Sound good? Let's get started. Sound good?
All right.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right. So let's all start on our dashboard. And I also want to take you through a handout today. Like I want to kind of structure what we're going to learn about Zap today by following the Zap Daily Best Practices document. So we have this handout. If you would take one and then just pass it around the room, because we're going to refer to that throughout the next hour and a half. Russ, would you be my timekeeper?
Sure.
If you're staying the whole time, right? Just let me know on the half-hour marks how I'm doing.
Yep.
Like we're at the first half hour now. So I'm there.
Should we take a vote? How's she doing?
Great.
How do you
Text
feel?
me how she's doing.
Well, no, don't text him. How do you feel about just this initial overview?
It's awesome.
Intrigued? Interested? Want to learn more?
Yes.
Agree that these tools can help everybody? Questions? Your hand went up, but then you put it down.
You asked a question. I was going to provide an answer. I need to get this training going.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Now is the time. Now is the time. Awesome. So we have the next hour and a half to do all this training. All right. Step number 1 in the daily practices. Let's make it easy for you to log in. Okay? You want to log in daily? Everybody say log in daily.
Log in daily.
That is number 1 on our daily best practices. So how do you make it easy to log in for yourself?
I haven't done it yet with this one, but I usually make it my home page.
Okay, save it as your home page when you open up your website browser.
Yeah.
Awesome, great idea.
Save your password.
Save your password.
It's on a
Computers
laptop.
can, remember that?
Yeah.
Yep. Awesome, great ideas. Remember, it's new.myzap.com. New.myzap.com if you didn't get in that way and you got in. Or are you used to logging into 21online.com every day? Not so much? Then I'm not going to recommend that way. Then just go directly to Zap and save it in your browser like everybody's recommended.
But you can do that? Does it link over?
It does. Like when you log into 21 Online, on the home page, there's a whole big block that says Zap.
Okay.
And there's a link to click to log in.
Right at the beginning.
Any other way to log in daily that's that's probably the fastest way to log in is Zap CRM Daily on your phone. Download the app and make sure you can log in. Okay, so if you haven't downloaded the app, you don't have to do it this second, but we are going to use the app, the CRM app, in the afternoon class.
You said Zap CRM?
Yeah, if you go to the App Store, Google Play, you can type in the search window Zap space CRM, and you'll find it. It'll be blue and it'll say Zap. Okay, and you know how apps work on the phone. You log in one time, and then every time you go to open the app after that, it pretty much just logs you right in, which is why I'm saying it's easy to get to your business with your phone and the app. Okay? All right, awesome. So we want to log in daily. Best practice number 2, adding contacts into Zap. So on your dashboard, is everybody on their dashboard? It should
Yes.
say dashboard at the top, You should see a left menu down here with things you can click on, a way to get to all the contacts. Look at your contact number. I'm logged in as Jeff Zap, so my name now through this training, I'm Jeff Zap, and I'm a real estate agent, and I have 415 contacts in my database. So you can look at your menu and see how many you have, okay? Now, using a Zap CRM system, this is to help you follow up and stay connected to people, right? The tools in here can help you stay connected and build relationships. So if you're working with a list of clients somewhere else and you want to get them into Zap, so you have everybody in one place, that's a great idea. You want to get contacts into Zap. If you want to add them one-on-one as you meet people, that's what we're going to do next, to make sure everybody knows how to add a contact in when you meet them at the open house. I know some agents, many agents, who have great success when they're at open houses. They have their Zap CRM open either on a tablet or on their laptop, and they have the add a new contact page open because when visitors come in, that's their sign-in. Rather than signing a piece of paper, you know, how the traditional way. Well, the seller wants to know who's coming in their house typically, right? That's how you explain it. But instead of having that potential client or customer sign in, have them just type in their information. Or you can have them do it on your phone, because you can also open up Zap and have it to the add a new contact page. Sound good?
Yep.
I wouldn't want anyone walking out of my open house that gave me the time of day and wasn't one of those that, like, no, we're just looking and they don't want to talk to you, because we have those people all the time. But the ones that will engage in some kind of conversation with you, I don't care if they tell me they're not really in the market, they might be someday. I say, well, you know what, the seller wants to know who's been in the house. Would you mind signing in? And get their name, and you get their email, and if they'll give you their phone number, awesome, have them do it right in Zap. Let's all practice adding somebody in. So everybody knows, this is the basics beginner class, so we're starting with the basics. And that's getting a contact or a potential customer into your CRM so you can follow up and stay connected to them. And hopefully someday to sell them a house or list their house, right? So this is all about building your business through lead gen. Adding new contacts. Before you add, do you want to, maybe you can practice adding yourself in as a customer. But if you've already done that, we don't want you to do it again. So what I want everybody to do, hands-on, I want you to go to your contacts menu on the left, and I want you to click on that. And I don't know how many you have, if you have any. But click on it and see if you see your name in there, just to double check to see if you've already added yourself in. Or you could use the search bar that's at the very top toolbar here. You can use the search bar and search for your name and see if you've already added yourself in. Because if you have, then you can't add yourself again. And if you haven't, add yourself in this practice exercise. Sound good? Yes?
Is there a way to import contacts from my phone contacts?
There is, yeah. So you download them out of whatever system, if it's your phone. You've got to get them on a CSV file that Zap gives you a template for, and I'll show you that in the afternoon class, which is intermediate, how to do that. But we're just talking one-on-one, adding people in, right? So I'd like everybody to add somebody in, and you've got to have at least an email address or a phone number to add a contact in. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So if it's not going to be yourself that you're adding in, which I invite you to do that if you haven't done it already, then think of somebody else, a real life client that you can add in. And you are going to be sending emails to them when you do this. Okay? Okay, now I want you to look in the toolbar. I wish it was like flashing and in a different color so it was really visible, but it's not. So you got to look in your top toolbar. You've got to look for the plus add button. This is a very key button. It's really important. And that's why I wish it was flashing or in a different color, but it's not, because the designers don't listen to me. But I don't want you to forget where plus add is. That's what we're clicking on, to add a contact in. So in other words, if I was at that open house and I wanted somebody to sign in, I already have this page open and ready, and maybe have them do it rather than me. right? But you want to click the plus add, and then the first option is to add a new contact. So everybody do that, and then it gives you an option one time, an individual contact, or like he was, what is your name, sir, in the middle that keeps asking the questions? What is your name? Tom?
Todd.
Todd. Okay,
Sorry,
just so
I learned by asking questions.
No, I want you to ask questions. I just want to know your name so I'm not just pointing at you.
You, there.
You.
Hey, you.
The blue shirt.
Hey, you with the tie and the blue shirt. No, just Todd. Yeah.
That'll work if you want to call me blue shirt.
Okay. So, yeah, click on new contact. We're going to do an individual contact. We're not importing contacts, but Todd, that's how you're going to import in bulk. That's what you were asking about. Okay? We're not doing that in this class because this is beginner class.
So apparently, if I'm doing this, say an open house, or
Yeah.
I'm putting in multiples, I have to click the add and the individual and have it ready for them when they get there.
You do, yeah. Just have one person at a time sign in. I mean, if you're getting a big group, it's got to be one at a time.
Yeah.
You add somebody in, then get the form ready again for the next person. So watch me. I'm going to add somebody in, and then I'm going to have you guys all do yours, or you can just do it as I'm doing it. However you learn better. Watch me and do it, or watch me first, then I'll give you a minute or two to add somebody in. Right? Pretty simple form. Even if I have them doing it, like I'm going to put their first name in. Joe, last name, Jones, client type. They're interested in buying and selling. Even renters you can keep track of in the CRM. You guys have a rental market here, working with renters?
We don't do much.
Not much? You have a property management firm though, don't you? But still don't do much. Okay. Buyer, seller, or both buyer, seller. Status. When you are adding somebody in, if they're doing it themselves, you'll probably help them with this. Just, there's somebody new, so the status of somebody new you're meeting is going to stay new. Hot is going to be somebody that you're thinking they look really good, right? They're hot. Nah, hot would be somebody you're working with, like your current clients. We're hot on the trail. Incubating. Choose incubating. This is somebody not ready to buy or sell yet. Incubating means you're going to just stay connected with them for as long as it takes through this system. Cold. Does it get cold out here? Do clients get cold? Unfortunately. Do they not respond? Do you want to wipe them off your database? Cold clients can warm up someday. Cold clients have situations in their lives that change, and then out of the blue they need to go buy and sell a house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't. We used to have a saying back in the old Zap days, like there's no such thing as a bad lead or a bad client. If I have a very easy system to hang on to people's contact information, that doesn't take much work from me, I'm hanging on to everybody. Because this is a real life person that someday might have a real estate need, and if they're in my system and in my world, I can get to them and they can get to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Cold and then closed. Yeah, I know a lot of agents who have great success adding in their past clients in here and then using the follow-up plans to let Zap remind them to follow up with their closed clients. How long should you follow up with closed clients, by the way?
Forever.
Forever is a good answer. Yeah, anybody successful in real estate, I think, would say that answer. Why? Closed clients, your best source of future business and referrals, correct? Do you have a system that you are religiously following up with them? Because just because you sold them a house 2 years ago and it was a great transaction, they love their new house, doesn't mean they're going to remember how to contact you in 2 years when they now need to go buy or sell a property, right? Unless you stay connected to them. Question in the back.
If some of us are not able to go to this, it only gives us the option to import contacts. Is there a bypass that we can get into?
She's not set up.
She's
as
probably
a-
not set
she's
up in-
staff,
Yeah. Russ, can you get her set up?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have some setups in the background set up, right? So Russ will help you with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, question.
Are any of these fields customized? But can you customize them?
No, none of these fields adding in right now are customizable. You can, there's a customizable field called client tags where you can start adding tags to people if they're like first-time home buyers or investors. You want a different category to put them in. I'll show you where that is later, but these are all set. Yeah. All right, so choose a status. I leave all new people that I just meet in the new status because I'm just starting to work with them. And then email address and phone number, self-explanatory. Let me go ahead and make something up. You guys all, is everybody kind of just watching or adding somebody in? How's that go?
Yeah.
I got me in.
Yeah, remember try to, as much as possible, to add phone numbers into Zap, because you'll be able to text people from the Zap app, as long as you have their phone number stored in here. And we all know that people do like text messaging, right? They may not answer emails anymore, but pretty much text messaging is part of our culture. So wherever possible, try to get people to give you their phone numbers, if only just to be able to text them information. Like I always say when it's somebody new, that maybe they don't want to really give me their phone number, I always say, you know, I'd like to text you the link so you can download my mobile app and search for homes on your phone. And I usually get phone numbers that way, pretty successful. And then lead source, how did you acquire this lead? You want to also choose, you know, how did you meet them? Was it an open house? That's here. Was it a friends and family, a past client? Choose the right source. You have a customizable notes area. That might help with keeping track of how you met them, what they're looking for. Any personal note you want to remember about them, let Zap help you remember. And don't keep it just up in here, because I don't remember anything anymore. I got to write it down. Write it down in Zap, okay, in the notes area. And then hit the continue button. Everybody see the continue button? Bottom right? After you fill this in or have them fill it in, hit the continue button. Okay? And then you're going to get to a second screen, and it's just letting you look over what you want to do. So at this point, you've added them in as a contact. They're in your database. Congratulations. Is there something more we can do? Because there's a continue button. Yeah, there's something more we can do before we X out, but I have a question.
So if you don't get their email address and it won't let you save them as a contact?
You have to have a phone number or an email address. So try the phone number. You have to have one form of communication.
So you have a phone number but not.
And you have to choose a type.
It will let you do it, yes. Okay, question in the front? Yeah.
You have to choose a type and a lead source also. It won't let you go on.
Correct. Yeah, you need at least a phone number or an email address and all the other fields. Notes, you don't have to put a note in there, but isn't the notes field pretty good information for you?
Yes.
Yeah, so I would always add a quick note in there. And you can add to the notes, and you can keep an ongoing note going as you develop your relationship. How's it going, Russ? Okay. Log out and log back in. Sometimes that has to do, or sometimes there's this period of time you gotta wait. Yeah.
Hey, it has a password field.
All right, hang on. Nothing you need to do here, nothing with password. This client is going to be invited to use your website by you, and they'll create their own password. So I just tell everybody, that is meaningless. Just ignore that. Zap has not created a password for this customer.
Okay.
Right? Just like all websites, we create our own passwords, and so do your customers. But what you can do, and I encourage you all to do, every single time you add somebody in a Zap, I encourage you to hit that continue button one more time and see the value of doing that on the next screen. What you're going to see is something called an email template. It's called the welcome email. And Zap is making it easy for you to send a welcome email to this person. And if you read the words, it's a template, so it's always the same email that you can preview. If you read that email template, it's saying all good stuff about you. Like you're talking to that person. I've just given you an account to use my website. It's powerful. It's all the listings from the MLS. They'll always be current and complete. Right? And then you're inviting them to create their password and log into your website because they'll just need to tap on that button. What do you think about this email? Probably should send it every time. Okay, do you remember what I said earlier? We were looking at that big timeline in my introduction. Remember how we talked about how people are doing all that pre-research online somewhere, right? People who are interested in someday buying or selling a home, they're going to somebody's website. Why not it be yours? Why not have them in your world? Why not capture them in your ecosystem? That's what I call your Zap website.
Mine doesn't have that second paragraph. Don't forget to download my...
Yeah, Mr. Jeff Zap or the trainers using this account customized it and added it.
Oh, so
I'm not a proponent of adding in the mobile app in this email. I like keeping it as a second email, and there's another email template in Zap that I'm going to show you that has your mobile app in it. Another trainer did this. Everybody heard what his question was? Right? He said his email, so your template doesn't have this stuff about the mobile app either, this one right here, because somebody added it in. You can customize your welcome email.
For example, I'm going to send an email out to just about everybody saying, hey, many of you know I'm in real estate, but now I've changed companies and now with Century 21, want to let you know what's happening.
Well, you can go in, yeah, you can go in. I wouldn't send this one. I would go in and customize the email and add it into your script library, and then you'll have it there and you can send it to as many people as you want. You can even do a bulk email.
Not necessarily different here.
Yeah, not from here. In that case, introducing yourself to people you know that you're with a new company, I'd create a whole nother email template in Zap and store it in the library, because everybody has an email template library. And you can add your own custom scripts in. That's what I would do with that.
Oh, okay.
And keep this one separate though. So how do you send this one?
Okay.
How do you send this one?
You scroll down.
Oh, scroll down?
There's a button.
Oh, and there's a button, yeah. I always like to draw
Nailed it.
attention to how you have to scroll down and find the send email button so you don't miss it. You don't send the preview by clicking on anything in the email. This is just a template. Click the send email button to send it. Before you send it, can you personalize it to this one person before you send it? How do we do that? The answer is yes. Up at the top where it says message, if you want to personalize it and change it before you hit send, you may do that. Sound good? Go ahead and send that email. Congratulations, you now know how to add a contact into Zap. Woo-hoo! And now the goodness all starts here, once you have them captured in here. Todd.
I'm sorry. 2 questions.
Why are you sorry?
Because I like to ask questions.
That's all right. If I need to shut you down because I'm behind on schedule, don't be offended.
First question, I noticed a domain name attached to my email when I sent it out. Is that domain included in the Century 21 workplace, or is that something that I have to pay Zap separately for?
You're not paying Zap separately, but it is the Zap email address that is in the Zap system. So when you send an email from Zap, it comes from that email address. I'll show everybody.
The website domain that it showed.
Oh, your website domain?
Yes.
Yeah, Zap supplies you with one, and it's a very long domain name, so hang on to that question. I'm going to answer that in a moment.
Okay, second question.
Yes.
I did not notice that I had a mobile app invitation on my welcome email.
No, because it's not in the welcome email template at all. Somebody added it to Jeff
that
Zapp's.
was also added. Okay.
That was added and customized? Yes.
But I can access the app in here and make
well,
sure I need to.
yeah, answering Todd's question is good. You know, going on, really, I might as well go to this number 3. Send new contacts your link to your mobile app. So there's another email template that I'm going to show you all how to access right now that is specific to inviting people to download the mobile app. So there's a second email template, right? And you find it quite easily. Once you have somebody added in, right, you're on their profile page. Did everybody add somebody in? Okay, and do you see their name at the top of the profile page? Okay, do you see this more button? Can everybody out loud, so I know that you're still with me, say more?
More.
I think I heard everybody say that.
So we go to the more button.
So you go to the more button, and you click on it, because there's more service you can offer to every person in this more button. That's how I want you to remember more service, the more button. What I want you to look at, I know there's a long list, but I'm drawing your attention right now to the one that says share my mobile app link. Does everybody see that?
Yes.
That is a precious thing to click on, because when you click on it, you're going to share another email. There's another email template that you can read through that you can send to anybody and everybody, and it gives them instructions on going to download your mobile app. It's already here. Your link is already built into the email. Your personal link that connects you to that person through the mobile app is in this email. Does that help you out, Todd?
Because now I can go and look at the mobile app and play around with it.
Totally. And we'll talk about that later, but what Todd said is 100% what I encourage. Like, don't do this in class, but later when you're at home or in your office, if you've added yourself as a customer, send yourself this email and download the consumer side mobile app onto your phone so that you know how it works when you're inviting people to use your app. you should have it too. Yes?
Yep.
Yes.
It's perfect, Todd.
They're inevitably going to
What's the difference?
It's an easy app to use. You know, we figure out how to use apps when we download them these days. Apps don't come with a lot of instructions. Your Zap mobile app is pretty easy. But you guys should all know how it works before you send it to people.
Okay. Now I have the Realtor Zap app.
A Realtor Zap app?
Yeah, I already got it.
Oh, the agent app, the CRM app?
The agent app.
Yes,
okay.
there are two apps that Zap gives you. Your Realtor app, this is the consumer app.
Okay, now,
Two apps.
how do you tell the difference? Is one blue and one green?
The Zap app for agents is blue.
Right.
And it says Zap right in the middle, like I'm
Right.
showing my phone. The consumer mobile app that you want your customers to download says Century 21 on it. And right now it's your old colors and old branding, which it's going to be changed and updated. But that's how you tell the difference.
Oh, okay.
The agent app on your phone is blue and it says Zap. Consumers will never know what Zap means.
Right.
Zap is your term to refer to this technology. Your customers will never know what Zap is.
It's just our app, our Century 21 app.
It'll say Century 21 when they download it.
Okay.
I know, that's an easy way, right? That'll be helpful to remember that.
You can say, like, Todd Allison is awesome Century 21. That would be awesome too.
Put it in the Zap suggestion box. You can go into the Zap community and make any suggestion you want, Todd. I hear you. Does everybody now understand how to invite people to download their mobile app? I don't want to move on until everybody says yes. Yes?
Yes.
Hang on. Hold on to your question.
I will.
I'm asking a question, so hang on 1 second. Is everybody good? I'm looking across.
Yes.
Okay. I have another pop quiz for you. Quiz question. Who do you want to send this email to?
Me.
Everybody. Where's the person that said everybody? I like that answer. Teacher's pet. That is a good answer. I would encourage you to send it to everybody. But don't send it. You can't send it until you add everybody in to Zap. You have your one database with everybody you're working with now, everybody you worked with in the past, everybody you hope to work with someday in one system. And then send everybody the invitation to download your mobile app. And get them walking in your world, stay connected to you. Otherwise, they're going off and using somebody else's website and somebody else's app. So you need to invite them to your world.
If it's saying that there's a problem loading it, does it mean that
There's probably a Wi-Fi, maybe internet connection.
okay.
That would be my guess.
Or if
Hang
there's-
on, I'm going to send the email and that's out the door. Okay, we're going to move on in the interest of time, but I do have a question.
Quick question on
Nikolai?
that. Let's say in that mobile app email you send out, can you change some of the wording in there, or is it just pre-loaded?
I'm sorry, you can before you send it. Let me go back. Again, where do we find that email template to invite people to download the mobile app?
Under their contact.
On their contact page, their profile page. Under what button?
More.
More, thank you. Just to review so we remember some of these things. Under the more, if I go back, share my mobile app link. If I open up the email, and the question was, can I personalize this wording before I send it? Yes. Go up to the message field and change it there, and then go down to the bottom and send it.
Okay, when we load somebody in, you have to have a phone number or an email or both. Preferably both.
Preferably both, but one or the other, yes.
Okay, what do you do if you don't have an email address?
Do you have a phone number?
I do.
Then you add them in without an email. You can't send them an email from Zap, which is what this is.
Right.
Then you text them your link to your mobile app, and you do that on your Zap on your phone.
Okay.
Because you can text from Zap on your phone. Did everybody? That's a very important question. You don't always have email addresses for people you meet, but you're adding them into Zap if you have a phone number. You can't send them emails if you don't have it, but if you have their phone number in Zap, you can open up Zap on your phone and text them your mobile app. Does that make sense?
Is it the same place?
That was a real good question, and I'm glad you asked it.
Just
You're
one-
going to get a limit on questions in a minute.
Is it from, is
No,
it,
no.
It's not because I don't love you. I just need to keep moving. You
Oh,
guys are
okay.
awesome and involved and interactive, and it's all good. One
All
more
right.
question.
is it in the same place?
Todd says move on.
No, I said more.
Oh, yes.
You don't get the full name. You only get one name. Got a first name or last name, what do you get?
You don't get their full name,
Yeah.
and you want to add them in his app? You have to put something in those fields, first name and last name, to
Okay.
get them added in.
Until you get their
So
name.
think of something to put in the other field.
And then you can change it later.
And go back and find it out from them when you can and change it. You can edit any information that you have in here.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd still add them in if you have one way of contacting them, but only half their name. That's better than not having them at all. Agreed?
Agreed.
You gotta be hungry for the business, right? I'm working everything. I'm gonna stay connected to everybody as much as humanly possible. I'm hungry for business, guys. Okay. Moving on. So we just went over best practice number 1, log in daily. Best practice number 2, add your contacts into Zap. Send them the welcome email so you're inviting them into your world and into your website. Everybody's agreeing that's important.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to stop for a moment before I go on to number 3, because I want to share something else with you about the Zap CRM. You can add your own customers, clients, leads, sphere of influence in. We just learned how to do it one by one, how you add people in. There's an automatic system whereby people are added, contacts are automatically added into your Zap system. Does anybody know how it happens automatically in this company? That contacts are added in and you don't have to do it? Somebody must know.
Well,
I got a taker. Oh wait, I got a taker in the back.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to spread the love. Let's
yeah,
go
well,
to the back.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Who's raising their hand? Lead router. Okay. Are the agents using lead router?
Yes, they are.
Oh, see, here's the thing. So when we say lead router is a part of Zap, right? They're two software systems that are connected, and one can't live without the other. Lead router sends leads into your Zap platform. What leads is lead router sending into your Zap platform? Where do these leads come from?
Online.
Is it from your efforts posting ads on Facebook? No. Online somewhere is a good answer, but where are these leads coming from? Who's generating these leads and passing them on to you through the lead router system into Zap?
Somebody shared it.
This is an important thing to talk about. This is a huge benefit of being with this company.
It's Century 21 for their website, isn't it? Like their main website.
It's your brand and it's your company. So that is the correct answer, right? So these leads are coming from Century 21, Everest, Century 21 brand, through your company's spending money to go generate leads by their marketing efforts. They bring them into lead router, and then they tell lead router, pass them out to agents in this way, and they have business rules telling lead router how to distribute leads. So we're going to call those company generated leads. That's who's generating the leads, your company. And they're giving you an opportunity to work those leads, right? You get an opportunity to work the leads. That's great. Not all companies do that. I've met with thousands of companies, and I'm not exaggerating. There are companies that don't provide that service to their agent. That's a huge benefit. These are leads that are real live people using websites somewhere out in the internet, and they're asking questions. And when you get the opportunity for a lead, how does it come to you? How do you know that you have an opportunity for a lead? Maybe you're not getting them.
Text and email.
Either you have it set up so you get a text message, or you'll get a phone call. And it's always the same phone number. Alexis, what is that phone number? 970?
I'm like, I don't know it.
I have it.
Russ, do you have
I
it?
have it saved.
Like, everybody should save this phone number in their phone as a contact and label it Zap Leads. Right? Or Century 21 Everest Leads, because when your phone is ringing with a lead opportunity, you've got only a certain amount of time to accept it. And so you want to know right away if that's what's ringing. I know some agents that give it its own ringtone. You know, like songs like Money, 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 Money. You said when it rings, you don't ignore it. It's an opportunity for a lead. That's tremendous. If you guys don't have that phone number in your phone, I'll get it for you later. Can you give it to them right now? Can everybody pick up their phone that needs to do this? And add a new contact in, and Russ is going to give you the phone number right now.
970.
Yep.
660. 5323.
970-660-5323.
Correct.
970 was the first.
Yep.
660.
5323.
53 what?
23. 23.
I'd write it here, but we don't have it.
86753.
Here they are. One more time, Russ. Sorry, just in case. 970.
Yep. 660.
660.
5323.
5323. You could add the name as Zap Leads, because that's where the leads end up in your Zap platform if you accept them, right? And you have to decide whether you press 1 to accept or not. So it's your choice. If you don't, it goes on to the next agent. And if you're not in rotation and getting leads right now, it could be that you need to provide updates before you'll get more leads. Right, Russ? Right, Alexa?
Yes.
Do you know what the rules are for updating at your company? Like, how often do they need to provide updates on those Zap leads?
Well, after they accept it.
After they accept it.
24 hours.
First update due within 24 hours. Okay? The updates are not done in Lead Router anymore now that you have Zap. You're not supposed to use Lead Router. You don't need 2 systems. Lead Router is not the robust CRM that Zap is. So if you can get yourself out of the habit, you don't need to do anything in Lead Router, come here. All your updating here. First update within 24 hours. Second update, yes, there's a second update. And a third for the life of the lead until you convert it. How many of you think you're going to convert the lead? Oh, you're going to try? Yeah, online leads, you know, it's a numbers game. They don't all convert, but if you're not trying, they're not going to convert to clients and close transactions. You got to keep on trying. That's why your company encourages you with these updates. Keep trying, keep trying. It's a numbers game. Somebody we're giving you is a real live, ready to go client. Contact them again. What are their needs? Are they ready to go now? Do you know what I'm saying? But don't do duplicate methods. Don't sign into 2 different CRMs. We don't want your time to be wasted. We want technology to help you work more efficiently. So that's why I'm saying I'm discouraging you using Lead Router when you don't have to, and encouraging you signing in just using Zap. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, question.
When a lead comes in through Lead Router or comes to you, is anything sent to the client or is it nothing?
Boy, do I love that question. When you press 1 and accept that lead, right, that is coming from Lead Router, you accept it, Lead Router puts it into Zap, does any communication automatically go out to that lead from Zap? Yes. You know that welcome email that you manually sent when you added a contact in? That very same email, guess what Zap does for you? It sends it for you. Yes. Cha-ching. Saves you time.
And then, does it then show in the client's profile what emails you've sent to them? What automated
You
emails?
have a history in
Okay,
Zap
cool.
of everything that you send from Zap.
Great.
When you go to their profile, there's a whole history building of everything done in Zap, which is beautiful, which is another great system to consistently have at your fingertips, a system that keeps tracking all that communications for you. Man, how valuable is that? That's another thing Zap does for you, the CRM part of Zap. Gotta love it. All right, so the reason I went off on that tangent a little bit talking about broker leads is we're gonna get to the daily best practice, not now, but we're gonna get to the practice where I show you how to update those leads that are company generated leads that automatically get added into your contacts when you accept the lead. Make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Now, if you're not getting leads right now from the company, there could be many reasons, and I can't answer that. Agatha, my colleague, is here. She's going to help with training when she's ready. She hurt her foot. Hello, Agatha. Have a seat. Good to see you.
Thank you.
We went hiking up at Donut Falls. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Don't you love the view here, Agatha?
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah. So anyway, you know, she fell and hurt her foot.
In the creek crossing?
I still got my 10,000 daily step activity, so I didn't care. No. All right, so we're all good with what happens with the broker leads. Oh, how can you tell in Zap? How can you tell in Zap when you're looking at your list of contacts, or can you tell? Here's a question. Do you think you can tell in Zap which of the contacts are the company generated leads and which are the ones you added in? Do you think Zap shows you that?
Probably.
It probably does. Yeah, and this is how. I'm going to just click on as an example, and you can click on yours, all your contacts again too, just to see the tagging that Zap automatically puts underneath the names. So Lisa, at least on my platform, Lisa Marie is an agent lead. So that means I added her in. This was not a company generated lead. Cindy Lou, agent. Dan, agent. I'm adding a lot of my own sphere of influence in here. That's what we want you to do too. Okay, so there's that. But if it's a company generated lead, it will not have that tag. It will not say agent lead. What will it say? Who said broker? That is a correct answer.
Sounded like Jason.
Yeah, it sounded like Jason. So look through your names. Do you see a tag that says broker? I'm actually going to keep going and find an example for you. Right? I am Jeff Zap, and I've added a lot of my own book of business in here. Not a bad thing, a good thing. Am I not getting company leads?
Broker lead.
Yay! Maybe I'm not getting as many as I'd like to get, and maybe I'm not keeping my updates going. That's why I'm not getting them.
So if it's a Zap, it'll show up as broker leads.
If it's a Zap, it came from Lead Router into your system and you accepted it, it's going to get the tag broker lead. And when it has a broker lead tag, these are the ones that you need to keep updating so that you stay in what we call in the green. You want to be in the green so you get more leads. Provide the updates that your brokers and owners are asking for when it's a broker lead. Do you think you have to update leads that are your own leads, that are agent leads? Do you think there's any rules for that?
No.
No. Should you follow up with your own leads? Make your own rules on how you follow up with your agent leads. Yeah, do the follow up with them too, but it's your own rules. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And in a little bit, I'm going to show you how to update broker leads. But I want to go to your website now. I want to kind of break away from using the CRM right now and adding contacts and sending emails. And I want to talk about the other important part of Zap that will help you generate your own business. Lead generation. It's called having a vibrant, robust website that markets your skills out in the marketplace. So this website exists for every one of you. And when you work on your website and you add content to it, when you add your own story, your own spin, things that we call SEO, Google juice kind of things, it helps boost your website up in search engine rankings so people can find you on the internet. Those are the types of things I want to talk about right now. Where do you find your website and how do you add content to it? It happens to be one of our daily best practices. So I'm kind of skipping all the way down to number 7 that says add property insights to your website, but it also says to the right of it, add unique content to your website to improve its SEO. What does SEO stand for, by the way?
Search engine optimization.
Yeah, smart class, yeah, search engine optimization, which kind of just defines how people find websites. They go to Google and they put in words like homes in Salt Lake City and then search engine rankings. How does Google decide which websites to put at the top of the list? That's called SEO, and you kind of have to earn that with Google. And you earn that, we're kind of telling you, you add this type of unique content and it'll help move your website up. How many of you think that's important to do?
Yes.
Where are buyers and sellers going, guys? To search for homes. Where are they finding real estate agents? Online.
Their family.
More so online, all the stats show. More so than referrals these days. Yeah. So you want your website to be found. How many of you know where to go to add content to your website? Has anybody done that in this class already? Todd, and what's your name, sir?
Brad.
Brad, Todd and Brad. Any other hands? All right, so this is new information for some of you, right? Are you excited? This is finding out how to create and add content to your website to give it a boost. All right, here's how you're going to access your website. The page you go to edit, the page you go within your CRM to edit and add content, you will find by clicking on your name. So your face or your name, which is in the upper corner of your CRM, is what you want to click on. Okay, if you want to go add content to your website, God bless you. What are you clicking on? Your name or your face? But either one will work. Just click on name or face. I think the face is bigger. When you click on it, do you see some options?
Yep. Yes.
What's the first option say?
My website.
That's where we're going. Yeah, that's where we're going. My website. Now, your website has a blog component, so you can add a whole nother page to it where you're blogging, and it has its own entry. We're not going there right now. Save that for later. Everybody click on my website. Okay, does it look like this, like mine? Does it say my website? And it has a big, don't you like my picture? Do you like my background image?
Is that pre-operation?
Yeah. Yours is going to be different, right? So you can customize whatever your cover photo is, kind of like on Facebook. But right now, you have the photo probably that your broker selected. Everybody has the same background image. You can change that if you want to. I wouldn't do it here in class, but you pretty much just click that change cover photo if you want to go customize your photo and follow the prompts. Do you see your photo here? Now this is not your front-facing website. This is your edit page, right? This is where you go to edit the content. Does everybody have a photo? Does anyone not have a photo? Todd, you don't have a photo? And you don't have a photo. You're probably not set up as an agent in the system, though, right? But Todd is an agent in the system.
Maybe.
So this photo would have originally come over from the Dash system.
Can I use Jeff's photo?
I got that far.
No. You cannot use Jeff's photo. Do you not have a photo?
Do you have a photo?
You can upload a photo right here if you want to by clicking the plus sign.
I just did that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So now your website will have your photo
Now
on
I
it.
have my photo.
You want your face, your name, and
I
your
don't have
phone
a photo.
number to be right. Awesome.
No, me. Here, I should have photo you too now.
Let me draw your attention. Are you taking a selfie right now in the dark?
Yeah, I need a photo.
Hey, if you're happy with the way it, if you're happy with it and you want to upload it, it's better to have a photo than no photo.
I was doing blue steel.
You were doing blue steel. Nice.
That's bad.
Okay, blue
Oh,
shirt.
I just want to get my, send it off to them from.
Hey, you guys, look up here. Todd, you were asking this. Does everybody have a website URL?
Yes.
Does everybody have their own website URL? And the answer is?
Yes.
Yes, and where do we see it?
Under my
Under your
website.
photo where it says my website URL. Does everybody see that? You have a little button that says copy. Why did we put a copy button there so you can copy that?
So you
Why would
send
we
off anything daylight
So you can
savings.
send it anywhere.
Link it other places.
link it to other places? Post it on Facebook. Post it on LinkedIn. Post it on Twitter. Drive traffic to your Zap website. People are online. If you want buyers and sellers to meet you online, you got to go there. You got to promote your website. Now, do you like that big long URL, or would you like to create your own vanity URL? Does anybody know what a vanity URL is?
Yes.
A domain name. That's what Todd was asking about earlier. I said we'd get there, Todd.
I'm particularly vain, yes.
I know, vanity, like vanity license plates, but that's what it's called too. You know, you can go to, I think we use as our example is GoDaddy. You can go to various website providers that provide domain names and purchase one for yourself. And then you can have that domain name, like self.com. Mine might be, if I want to use my name, debbiewilliams.com, I want that to be my website address. Or debbiesellshomesInPhoenix.com. Or what would you select for yourself to be your own domain name? You know you can do that, right? How many of you have your own domain name? Raise your hand, be very proud. Awesome. That's a lot of people in this class. What is your domain name? Anybody want to volunteer? Just curious to show others examples of what you have selected. Todd?
ToddAllison.net.
Just your name, .net. Oh, .net, not .com.
I had mattclarksite.com.
What is it again?
mattclarksite.com.
Site.com. Awesome.
I couldn't, yeah, mine's just timberweeks.com. I couldn't buy my first name. It was thousands of dollars just to have my first name.
Yeah. Where did you go to look for a domain? GoDaddy. I use that as an example. There are other providers. They're very easy and very inexpensive to use. So I like GoDaddy. They're also located in Scottsdale, Arizona, which is where I live. So.
And then you're just linking
Good
those.
folks there.
You're just linking those to this.
Yeah. And then I'm not going to show you the process, but if you were going to GoDaddy and that's where you purchased your domain name, you sign into your GoDaddy account, and then you can go to account settings, and it'll pretty much walk you through how to forward it. You have to tell GoDaddy, forward people to this. This is your Zap URL. So there's a one-time set it and forget it process. Like once you set it up, that's all you need to do. And you can call the GoDaddy helpline, and a real person will walk you through it too. So easy.
They're good.
Do I highly recommend everybody try to get their own domain name? I highly recommend it for obvious reasons. Promoting yourname.com and your brand in that way is so much easier for the consumer than seeing this big long URL and trying to remember that, right?
For do you know, for SEO purposes, if you're going to go that route, are you trying to promote this website URL or your Vanity one?
Your Vanity one, without masking. You just cannot, without masking, if you know what that means.
Yeah.
You have to do it that way. GoDaddy will tell you. You don't have to learn what that means, but that is important when you forward it to your Zap. And then do you see what's to the right of your website URL? There's another URL, and what is that one for?
Your mobile app.
Your mobile app URL. So that big, if you notice in both of these URLs, look at your own. Don't look at mine, because mine has my name in it and I'm Jeff Zap. Yours should have your name in there somewhere. That's how you know, that's what connects you to the consumer. That's like your DNA, I call it, is in there. So when you're inviting somebody to download your mobile app, you could do it the easy way and just send them that template, that email template we saw earlier. Or you could also take this URL for your mobile app that has your DNA in it, and you can promote that too on Facebook. You can invite people to search for homes on the go by using their phone. Download my mobile app, click here on your phone, and have that big URL. As long as they click that one, they'll get to the right app, download it, follow up with them, make sure they log in. They will be connected to you on the app. Does that make sense? In other words, what you don't want to do is say, yeah, you can search for homes on the go, use your phone, download my mobile app, just go to the App Store and search for my name. Not going to happen. Very critical and very important that they use your link to download. Okay, I want to stress that because I don't want you to lose customers. I want you to stay connected. Zap wants you to stay connected, and that's real important.
So we don't go for a domain on a mobile app. We don't try to get a domain name for the mobile app?
No forwarding on a Vanity or domain. No, it's straight out. You got to keep it like this.
Okay.
Can you pull those links from your app to send to people? So you mentioned like text messaging people your link. Can you pull that just straight from the app? Copy and paste it?
You don't even have to. There's a whole email message from the phone in Zap when you log into Zap, and you can text them.
Okay.
There's a whole more button when you go into Zap on the phone.
Okay.
We're going to do that in the intermediate afternoon session. We're going to be on the phone, but that's the way to go. Really,
just through your email or text.
As much as possible, log into Zap on your phone and just text them.
Yeah.
What Zap has for you, it has the link in it. Right, because when you text people, they're on their phone and they just need to tap on the link you sent them via text message, and it takes them to the App Store or Google Play. That's why it's like the easiest way. They're already on their phone. Just trying to make sure you make it easy for the customer too. Easy for you, the agent, easy for the customer equals success. Hard for either party, you're not going to use it, customer's not going to use it, right? Right? We don't have a lot of patience with things these days. So we need systems to be easy. All right, good. Website. Okay, so we're on your page where you can edit and add content, and I want some real live content right now. I'm going to allow for some time. How are we doing on time, by the way, Russ? I forgot to check in with you.
Yeah, 11:20. Sorry, I did forgot to tell you.
No, that's all right.
There's the clock right there too, though.
I totally didn't see it. Do you know why I don't see that clock? Anybody know why I don't see that clock on the wall?
You see the mountains.
Kinda.
You're looking at us.
I'm looking at you, number one. Number two, I'm looking at this beautiful panoramic view of where you live and the beauty of this wonderful place. So I didn't see the clock.
That's all right. I'll tell you.
No, you won't.
We're doing okay.
Unless you forget.
She didn't trust you
Unless I
to wait
forget.
till 11:30.
We're gonna spend the next
You
10
should have
minutes.
found an analyst.
We're gonna spend the next 10 minutes, now that I know it's 11:20,
There you go.
Roz. 10 minutes on adding content to your website. Okay, so here's what I want you to watch me first. I don't want you clicking on anything. I'm gonna be a little jealous of your attention, and I'm looking at you. Right? I'm looking at you to see that you're watching, not me, I want you to watch the screen. I'm just gonna show you Jeff Zapp's website, and oh, by the way, this is how you can, when I say it's time, not now, it's how you can go view your own website to see what it looks like right now. You can't do that right now because all eyes are here, right? But it's gonna be the same button for you. And you probably found it already, view my website. But I want you to look at Jeff's, because this is just my example of what could be on your website. We use him as an example. So view Jeff Zapp's website. Let me actually make that a little bit larger. This is his home page. And so this is Jeff Zapp. Welcome to his website. He works in the Connecticut market, so when I start searching for listings on his site, it will not be your Salt Lake City market. He's connected to the MLS in Connecticut. But what pops off the page right away, besides probably his photo, and that's what will be your photo. How did we lose Blue Shirt Todd? Did he sneak out of here? How did I not even notice that?
He's taking more pictures.
He's taking more pictures of outside of his face, right? He's got reviews in the Zap system that are posted here. So he has stars next to his name. Okay, his phone number is here, and your phone number is on your website too, pretty prominent. And then there's a personal statement here that you can create. It's probably already on your website because we would have pulled it from the Dash system. And then as we scroll down, and you can edit this, and what you want to have here, we'll talk about in a minute because you might want to edit in class because I'm going to give you a little bit of time to work on your website. But I just want to show you what can be, and then we'll go back to the edit page so you can work on it. You notice because Zap has asked some of his customers and clients to review him directly on his Zap website, and you can do the same thing. If you don't have reviews, you're invisible. The world functions on reviews these days. Those are not my words. Those are Nick Bailey's words, President, CEO of Century 21 Real Estate. If you don't have reviews, you're invisible. So he has invited customers to post here, and so that's the first thing that shows up, his reviews with all his stars. Okay, he's showing where he specializes in what areas of the Connecticut market. You can customize that. He is adding blog articles to his website. So it says my blog, and people can click to go read articles. He has added a video, which is hosted on YouTube because YouTube is owned by Google, and Google's who you're trying to attract to your website, right? So you can add, and you should add a video like Jeff has. Then he's taken some time, and he's describing in bullet point, short statements, describing all about him. I want to impress you, world. Here's all about me, and you want to impress the world via your website in the same way. Are you getting ideas here on what you can add to your website? And then I scroll down because this keeps on going. He's got this whole little block here, and it's labeled properties I've toured. And then it looks like there's active listings that I could click on. It says when he visited these properties, and then he's writing something about them. The home is breathtaking, the view. This is called this one marketing tool that you can also use, and I'm going to have you try it out today. It's called Property Insights. You, the agent, give your insights about properties on the market. How do you have insights about properties on the market? How do you know what to write? You go show them to people, don't you? And that's something you do or hope to be doing all the time when you work with buyers, right? And so you have the opportunity to post your insights, and it becomes a part of your profile, and it shows the world. You impress them with your knowledge of the inventory, and you hope to attract a buyer who might want to buy that property. Can you write about any active listing in the market? What do you think?
Yes.
Yes, it doesn't have to be just your own listing. What I highly recommend, Russ, that companies do is really embrace this tool, all the Zap users at your company, and make sure that you all help each other and boost each other's listings. Company listings, and everybody write about each other's listings and give it a boost, because this makes listings more prominent on the internet. It gives the listing a boost, and this boosts your website's SEO in a big, big way. Property Insights. I'm going to have you try that out soon.
Cool.
Cool. This is like one of the cool factors and unique about your Zap website. Hint, hint, if you have a current active listing right now on the market that's not pending or under contract, you're going to want to write about that one when we get to this exercise. First and foremost, add a property insight on your own listings, and then every listing, or as many as you can, that you show to buyers, you can write on them, but you got to do it while it's still active on the market, right? You show a house, your buyer's not buying it. If you wait 2 days to write your property insights, it goes under contract, then you can't use this wonderful tool and show off your knowledge. Make sense? How many of you like this? I hope all hands will go up eventually, if not now. Anybody have reservations or questions about it? Yeah.
Yeah, question after, so it's active today, but tomorrow it's not. Does it still stay on?
It'll stay on here, and what happens, and that's a great question. Do you see I'm going to scroll down? Here's a property where that happened. So Jeff wrote about it on March 5th, and it's still here, but you notice the photo went grayed out. So it's probably pending, possibly sold. It's still here because he hasn't written any other more recent property insights that pushes this down.
Oh, I see.
But believe it or not, you don't have to remove old insights just because it goes pending and sold. It still gives your website an SEO boost to just leave it alone and not worry about it. But that's what happens. Good question.
Okay. My note, I've used it a little bit, and I think that means sold when I had to take the picture away.
When it goes grayed out, yeah.
Yeah, but contingent.
Because I do notice this one's contingent. But they might be accepting backup offers, right?
Okay.
Every MLS has like different statuses, so I don't know what the Connecticut MLS contingent means. I don't have that in my market in Phoenix, so yeah, some of them might say pending when they show up. Was that your question?
Yeah, I couldn't find a distinct definition for contingent anyway.
This is a different MLS though. They use different terms than
Yeah,
your
when,
MLS.
When I look at them, so
Ah.
I've been using this a little bit.
Nice.
So
Question.
strategy-wise, just pick like a frequency of your choice, go in and update it, right? I mean, you don't have to go in, you're saying you don't have to go in and take down properties.
You don't have to
sold,
take the
right?
time and take the old ones off. That's a waste of time.
Sure.
It doesn't hurt anything to leave it here.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
What you want to take the time on though, what I encourage everybody to take the time on is each week or each week at least, set aside 15, 20 minutes
Sure.
to add content to your website.
To it.
That's what I encourage you to do. Don't waste time worrying
Pulling
about
stuff
removing
off.
stuff. That doesn't hurt your website.
Okay.
Yeah. We want Zap to be a time help you work efficiently, not take up time.
Will that just keep populating?
It will.
Along? Okay.
It will, and there's a link, show all properties I've toured, so all of
Okay.
your insights just are stored there.
Shows
and
the
people
most
can,
recent ones?
It'll always show the most 3 recent.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's local insights, kind of down towards the bottom. Okay? Equally as important to boost your SEO is your ability to write about the cities, the zip codes, and the neighborhoods that you live and work in. All right, this is not a great example from Jeff Zap, but at least there's a, he's writing about Middleton, this particular zip code, great place to live, wonderful shops and entertainment. Doesn't tell me much, it's kind of too vague. You can get more specific and write about, specific events coming up, restaurants that just opened, what it's like to live in the community. It's kind of like a short blog, but it's called Local Insights. And I'm going to have everybody try that out in a few minutes too.
It's 11:30.
Oh gosh. Okay. And then there's links to other, like Bank of America. You can add resources that buyers and sellers can link to other websites, which helps boost your website's SEO and provide services. All of this is available for you as well. You're not going to sit here and do all of this right now in class. What I'm going to invite you to do is spend some time over the next couple of weeks and get your website ready for prime time. That's what I call it. Worthy investment of your time to get some of this stuff going. Agreed?
Yes.
But right now, let's go back and have you add a couple of things. Okay? A couple of things to your website. I'd like audience participation here. Okay? So you need to be on your My Website page in Zap. So let's make sure you're all in the same location, because this is where you edit your website, except for blog, right? Is everybody on their My Website page?
Yes.
Okay. Let's scroll down, because this is where you add all this stuff that I just showed you on Jeff Zapp's site. He didn't have any social media links, or I skipped past it. I want you to go down to where it says Agent Insights. You can either click on the title at the top and it scrolls you down, but I want you to be on this section called Agent Insights, and as you just recall, what we're talking about are 2 different types of insights. The property insights, and then there's a local insight. Let's start with property insights, and then I want you to find the button that says Add a Property Insight. Add a Property Insight. Okay, can everybody do that? And then it should look like this, right? I would like, audience, for each of you to do this live, right now, in the moment. I know I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to think about which property you're gonna write about and what you're gonna say. And once you add it in, it's gonna populate immediately onto your website and start filling that space on your website with valuable content. Let's start boosting your website right now. Are you game? Okay, so the first thing, what is it asking for you to enter in here? What property are you going to write about? So you can search for it by the address or the MLS number, right? Can everybody think of a property that they can write about right now? Does anybody need help? Like you haven't shown something?
I just added a bunch yesterday.
What did you do?
I just added a bunch yesterday.
So you're good with this?
So
that's fine. Do you want to add another one, or you want to just sit through this?
I can't think of another one that I hadn't.
Does anyone have a current listing they'd like their colleague to write about? Raise your hand. Oh my gosh, if I had a listing, I'd want every one of you to write about my listing.
Sold
Anybody want to volunteer their listing? It's sold? That fast?
No, I said so would they.
Oh.
If they had a listing.
Sure, you can write about mine. You can write.
Okay, we've got a volunteer.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, you want to give us the address or the MLS number and have us write about it?
Yes.
Okay, you guys start typing.
Hold on one second.
So we're all writing about hers?
No, unless you have some properties to show.
But we probably should not write the exact same review.
Stop.
Everybody's writing the same thing.
We'd rather everybody write on
Yeah.
what they want to write about.
Cool.
This would be a home you just showed to somebody. Right?
Yeah,
Or your own listing if you have one. And if you don't have that, which you should, right? You're showing homes. It has to be active. If you don't have that in your mind, then write about her listing, your colleague's listing. And what are you giving us to find the listing? You got to enter it. Everybody ready?
Yes, the app. I can give you the address. It doesn't have any photos yet, so. No.
Get those photos on there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you got to get those uploaded like now.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm not dealing with a person like that. So.
All right, go ahead.
It's 582 East, 6870 South.
And then you're going to have to tell them a little bit about it, because in their own words, they have to be uniquely writing about it and not using your words. The whole SEO thing, it comes by being unique in your own words and not repeating what else is out there on the internet. Okay, so keep that in mind. Did everybody get their address in there and pull up a property?
6870 South. Thank you.
I'm going to pull one up in Connecticut just so I can follow along with what you're doing.
And just put enter.
And just click enter, and then you get this form where you're now going to add your property insights.
Oh, I see.
Right? You're going to get this form, and it's going to say, it's going to be defaulted to yes, and then you have all this space in here to write your unique comments about this property. Now, every property, you can pick out good things and bad things. This is not to be intended to be used for bad things. Like, it's probably not a good relationship builder with other listing agents to slam dunk their listings and write about the bad things. And buyers aren't usually attracted to the bad things, but they will buy properties that have those things in there, right? So focus on something unique and start writing about it. God bless you. How many characters can you write? 4,000. Do you have to write 4,000 characters? No, you have to write 150 though. There is a minimum. So you can't just put nice home and you're done. First of all, it doesn't help SEO, and it doesn't tell a buyer anything, and it doesn't show off your personality, and it's not good. So you're going to have to be a little verbose, but not that much. 150 characters is not a lot, because it counts spaces and punctuation, right?
Yeah.
All right. So do you want to talk, does anybody need, what's your name again? Timbra, to describe her listing.
Just kidding.
Go ahead and talk about it for those that need it. Everybody else start writing.
It's you can read some of it. 1,700 square foot condo in a quiet complex off of 7th East in Midvale. It's near the mall. It's near shopping, restaurants, food. It's well kept. The same owner for the last 35 years. It's got a garage, covered parking space. What else do people want to know about it?
That's probably a lot. Which of these tags, guys, you get 150 characters to write out in your own words in this space. Then down here, it says tags optional. You have the opportunity to click on 3 things that you're tagging. Oh, it has great views. Oh, it needs paint. Oh, it has open floor layout. 3 of the 10, you tag them, and then you hit save when you're done. Timbro, which of these tags would you say apply to your listing?
I would say it's in good condition. In your write-up, you could say that it's, you could put it's a great value because other listings are going for $30,000 more that are fixed up, and this will give you the opportunity to do some of those fixes on your own, or those updates.
Awesome.
Near shops would be one for sure.
Okay, that's good, Timbra.
Yeah.
Everybody write? Let's wrap this up because I want you to do a local insight after this one. Anybody need help? Keep going. I see you're writing, and that's good. Agatha, anything you want to add to this, Property Insights? I'm bringing you into the training now. You're here. You feeling okay?
Yeah.
Or are you on pain meds?
No. I'm feeling great.
Awesome. Thanks. Yeah, feel free to chime in.
I will.
Question?
When she adds the picture, will automatically update your website?
It will. Yeah.
Okay. So hurry up and add them, okay?
Yeah.
Well, mainly just to market the property,
I
obviously.
I understand clearly. But
yeah, I don't need to drive that home anymore, right?
It's, yeah.
All right, I'm watching the clock. 1 more minute. Just get something going and save it. If you want to go back later and edit it, you can, because you feel under pressure. Just get something written so you know how to do it.
Can you send these property insights to people?
Not from this space, you cannot send property insights, no.
Will it show anywhere?
That's a great idea, though, and a good suggestion you can put in the community. I haven't heard that one before. I like that.
Do these insights show up anywhere else?
They do. So once you post it and save it, once you hit save, so we know that your insights, oh, I don't have 150 characters, it won't let me save. It will post your comments with this listing on all Zap websites in the market.
Okay.
What's different, though, that if somebody's logged into the website, they're a registered user and they log into their account and they're looking at that listing, if they're assigned to another agent in the market at your company, they won't be able to click to get to you personally, but they can read your comments.
They can still read the review. Cool.
Absolutely.
1525.
So, yeah, go ahead and once you have 150 characters, save it. I still don't have enough in my example.
There we go.
Everybody good? Wrap it up. We're going to go to local insights next.
How many does it allow you?
Oh my gosh, I don't have 150 yet, so I can't even save it. And I'm telling you to hurry up. I'm trying to write about a property I haven't seen as an example. Well, yeah, I'm not going to do it. Just make sure you hit save as soon as you are done with your tagging and your characters. Save is at the bottom right corner. As soon as you hit save, you can go back and view your website because it will be posted under properties I've toured on your website that fast.
It's up.
So it's immediate gratification for you, an immediate website boost for you. And I know many successful agents who are using the Zap system who actually add the property insights while they're still at the property before they drive to the next property. They open up their Zap on their phone and do the same thing. Now that's a good idea, huh?
Yeah.
I kind of like that. We'll do that in class this afternoon. Okay? Some of you want to come back, we'd love to have you back.
Is it a two-part approach or one part?
We're going to move on. Local insights. Okay, so that's something I'd like you all in the real world right now to try to think of something to write about one of the zip codes, one of the neighborhoods that you work or live in. I'd like you to add a local insight right now to your website. So we're going to go to the same section called Agent Insights. Only you're going to click on the tab that says Local Insights right here. Let's switch over. Instead of writing about properties, we're going to write about the locale or local. Y'all with me?
Mm-hmm.
How do we do this? What do we start with if we want to write a local insight? What's the first thing we click?
Add local insight.
Yes! I am just seeing if we can all get together. There's a blue button, add a local insight. What's that, Timbra?
Stop being so perceptive.
Some things are pretty obvious and intuitive,
Oh, wait, I wouldn't-
as long as you're at the right screen, right?
So, yeah.
As long as you're at the right screen. So add local insights. And now at this point, okay, we're giving you little tips what to write about and how to write, right? And anything you write is in your own words. It's always going to reflect your personality, which is another value of doing this, because it lets potential buyers and sellers kind of get to know you. Hopefully that's a good thing. That's how you start building relationships through this system. I kind of call it like you're kind of like building a relationship through the screen when you start posting this kind of stuff. It's kind of how it happens these days, or through this screen, you know? But anyway, so search for, everybody think of a city or a neighborhood or a subdivision or a zip code. You can fine tune local insights in that way as long as Zap finds it. So you have to start typing and find that city or zip code or neighborhood. So that's step one. I'm going to write about West Hartford, Connecticut, one of the markets I work in as being Jeff Zap. Right? So once Zap finds it, you click on it, then it'll let you write a headline, some comments, and then you can optionally add your own tags if you want. And then you click save at the bottom, just like every other thing we've done. Look for that save button. Comments for local insights. I can't remember if there's 150 word character minimum or not. Do you know?
No, there isn't.
No minimum. What are you writing about? Be specific. Share what you know from visiting the area in person or just living in the area or selling a lot of homes in the area, right? We have a knowledge-based article. I'll show you how to get to more knowledge about Zap at the end before I dismiss this class. We have 15 minutes left. So let's take 2 minutes.
45.
Pardon me?
It's 11:45.
What did I say?
He's
I didn't
reminding
wait
you.
for you. I said it was on the 30
Oh,
minutes,
that's right.
Russ. This is not the 30 minutes.
All right.
But thank you anyway for being so lackadaisical.
I hear about that.
Yeah. One job I gave you.
I know.
How we doing? Are we doing it? Don't look at me. Look down at your screen and start typing. This is for your own good, to boost your business, to lead gen, help generate leads, traffic to your website. This is all for your own business. The only way you'll get good at anything is by practicing and doing, right? Even if you're not the best writer, you get better at it by
And you can
doing
change them
it.
later, right?
And you can always go back and change things later. Good comment there. Everything can be edited or deleted. Hopefully you're not deleting this stuff. I know some agents that'll just go Google the city that you want to write about and go see what other things are posting on the Chamber of Commerce. Don't copy and paste and steal the same wording, but use it as inspiration for your own wording, and that can help you out too. Many agents do that very successfully. Never regurgitate something else that's already written on the internet. Why?
Plagiarism.
Plagiarism could be copyright laws, trademark laws, and it doesn't do anything to boost SEO. One more minute. Oh, I know this is the tough part. Thinking about what to write, huh?
Can you do this as a video?
Can't add videos in here yet. Not yet, though. The key words being not yet, because Zap is ever evolving and adding new and wonderful things and tools. But let's work with what we have right now, which is pretty darn good. This is probably the best training center I've ever been in. You guys, I just
Thank the net for this.
We are spoiled.
did that.
Yes, I'm
Oh my gosh! I feel like I should. Oh my gosh! This is the net. We'll hug later. We'll hug.
You know you want to.
We'll hug later. We're still in class. I got 11:48 now.
I'll take you to lunch, Debbie.
You're so sweet. How's everybody? Go ahead and hit that save button wherever you are, so we can move on with our remaining time. Are you active? Danette, are you logged into yours and doing it?
I am.
I
do my homework.
Yay.
When I show up on time.
Yeah, when did you sneak in? You sneaked in.
I did.
Todd,
Just barely did.
yeah, Todd
They're
snuck
actually
out.
the same person.
Todd snuck out.
You don't know. There's a phone booth in
But
the
I'm
hall.
writing a fabulous.
I do want fabulous writing. That's awesome. You should tell us what you're writing about. How many actually completed a local insight? Show of hands.
I just added one.
Did you complete one? You guys were working.
Whoa.
Oh, local insight. Did you do
Yeah,
one?
we're almost done.
Almost done. So go ahead and finish it.
We were just saying what did you say?
Have you been doing local insights?
I just did one.
Awesome. 1, 2. What's that?
Behind.
You want me to give another minute?
Hey, but look at this.
Here.
She wants to know how to
When you save it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's giving you the URL if you want to go post your local insights. Do you remember? I'm coming to you. What
About
is
the
his
other
name?
area.
Jason. Do you remember earlier on Property Insights you asked me, does it let you send these property insights out to people? And I said, no, not Property Insights. Local Insights does let you send it out to people or post it somewhere else. Because when you hit save, I should actually do one so you can see it. But you're going to save it, and you're going to see Zap gives you a URL that would direct people directly to your website and those local insights. So you can share local insights that you post very easily. kind of related to what you asked for. I don't know why we're not doing it.
Will it send her in on that, or it'll just be at your website?
It'll be a URL.
For your website?
For your website. For your website.
So it doesn't narrow it down to the.
No, it does not. Yes.
So this is where I'm going now. Where do I go?
Oh, you want to post it. Click on it.
So I can continue? I thought I had to get out of that.
You just needed to click on it and there's your button. So go ahead and quickly, if you can, decide what you're going to write about, and then this will open up for you. You can catch up. Everybody else, we're moving on.
Okay. I'll go back and finish that one later.
Yeah, you can go back and finish later. Save what you have and go back and edit it. Like anytime you want to go back and change something about a property insight or a local insight that you've already posted, just come back to your My Website page, find it, click the View Details button, and make your changes and save it again. Same thing with property insights. Sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Awesome! Okay. Here's what I want to do with you next. I'm going to show you new listing alerts and follow-up plans. So I'm going to show you in the remaining time left, and we're going to really expand upon this in the afternoon class and give you much more time. These are two tools in Zap. So we're moving away from you using your website to generate more leads. Okay, we're moving away from that business building topic, and we're moving to the topic of using tools in Zap that help you stay connected, incubate leads, and helps with lead conversion. Those two tools that I'm going to talk about now and show you kind of quickly are called follow-up plans and new listing alerts. Everybody with me?
Mm-hmm. I know one, but not the other.
You know one and not the other? Which do you know?
Well, I know a follow-up plan, but I don't know how to activate them yet.
That's what I'm going to show everybody. How to activate a follow-up plan for a contact. My recommendation is to activate a follow-up plan for every contact in your database. When you activate a follow-up plan, what you're saying to Zap is, okay, Zap, remind me when it's time for me to do something else and reach out to this person, based on what relationship I put them in. They're either new, hot, incubating, cold, or closed, right? 5 different statuses. Based on what I'm doing with these people in those statuses, I'm going to activate a follow-up plan, and then I'm going to rely on you, Zap, to just keep me on task. And then I don't have to like try to remember up here, oh, that person, those 2 people I added into Zap at that open house a week ago, who the heck were they? And shouldn't I send them something? That's not the way to work at your business. And that's certainly not to keep connected and try to build a further relationship with them. Let the system work for you and help you. It's called follow-up plans. So let's walk through. If you want to try this out with your own account that you added in earlier, great to do it. I'm going to show you an example up on the big screen. How to activate a follow-up plan. Okay? I'm just going to find one of my contacts on my contact list, and it's going to be somebody. I'm going to scroll down. When you see next to their name that it says none, so under the Zap Score column, right, if it says none, that's kind of like a sad face for me. You know, the emoji that's a sad face for me. I get sad because I know that these are people I somehow connected with and want to stay connected to, but if it says none, they have no Zap Score, then I haven't yet convinced them to come and use my website or my mobile app in my Zap system, because there's no Zap Score. I can't see any activity. They're not using it. That's why I have a sad face. But the good news is the sad face of none can always turn to a happy face if you keep inviting people to your website or to download your mobile app. And do you already know how to invite people to use your website and your mobile app?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Danette doesn't, because she came really late. But you might learn this afternoon. Everybody, we started out with that. You know where to find those email templates that invite them. But now I want Zap to remind me to follow up numerous times into the future, because I know that 18-year time, or 18-year, it could take people 18 years before they buy or sell another house, but that 18-month timeline that it takes for people to go from pre-research to actually looking at homes and listing their property, that I gotta be staying in front of them in there, in that timeline. So follow-up plans are a great lead conversion tool. I'm just gonna pick Jane Buyer on my platform. Pick whoever you're gonna practice this with and click on their name. Find them, click on their name. It takes you into their contact profile. This is their profile page. Remember we came here, and remember the button we used here? The More button? You guys remember the More button.
Yep.
Okay? We're not using that now. Go to this header that says campaigns. We're going to assign a follow-up plan to one individual contact. Click on the heading that says campaigns, because we're going to find a whole section there labeled campaigns and follow-ups. Do you see that? Is everybody there?
Yes.
Scroll down until you see the section labeled follow-up plan. Looks like I picked an example of Jane Buyer's already on a follow-up plan. I'm going to get rid of it and start fresh like you. So hang on, I'm going to remove the plan. So she doesn't have one. Okay, so how am I going to assign one? How are you going to assign one? Okay, the easy part is me showing you how to get to the assigning of the follow-up plan. The hard part initially is knowing which plan to assign when you're unfamiliar with the follow-up plans that are in your library.
Oh
so
God.
Homework. What's that today?
I just checked my contacts and my daughter has a very high Zap Score.
Wow!
I know that, right?
You didn't even know that till today. I bet she ranks high in your personal life too. But also as a real estate client, I love that. Yeah.
Sorry, that's funny.
It is cute.
She goes through phases of looking for
I love it. Is she really in the market, or you're practicing with her? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm thinking she could be like all of a sudden looking again and not telling me.
Yeah.
I think family members are.
Has anybody themselves recently bought or sold their own home in this room?
Has what?
Bought or sold their own property in this room? I'm just bringing it up because, oh my gosh, you forget what everybody goes through until you go through it yourself.
True.
I just sold a home. I have my condo under contract, and I'm under contract to purchase a new home. 3 real estate transactions personally in 3 months. It's insane. Don't try this at home. But you know, it brings me and reminds me of my customer's world, right? That's the world. It's so emotional. And as kind and as helpful as you can be, that's what our role is in this, is to guide them and counsel them and sometimes get their emotions in check. No, a lot of times get the emotions in check, right? So giving them services and tools that help you deliver that service is what Zap's all about. I just so strongly encourage you. I bet you figured out how to add a follow-up plan to this person, right? Did you see the blue button that says add follow-up plan? Yeah, that's your first step. You click on that, and then here's the hard part. Okay, clicking on the button's easy. Hard part, what plan do I choose when I have a library of plans? And that I can't teach you in the next 2 minutes, which plan. What I ask you and invite you to do is some homework and go to your plan library and figure out which plans you like. Now you can see there's some help, like there's a status, like this. Hang on one second. Let me actually show you the plans that you probably are seeing right there on your screen. These are plans that were created by your brand. It says author, that means Century 21 added these in for you. And so I think it's easier in the beginning, look at the status. Okay, what status do you have that contact in? Are they a closed client? Cold? Just scroll down your library, and maybe the best one to pick is the status you have them in. Right? So if my Jane Buyer is a brand new buyer, I have her in new, I'm probably going to select a new buyer follow-up plan and just hit the select button, and that assigns the plan. At least in the introductory stages, that's how you get started using follow-up plans. How many follow-ups will Zap remind me to do if I select a new buyer follow-up plan? And you guys all have the same plan, right? You all have the same ones I'm showing on the screen because they're Century 21 plans, okay? The new buyer follow-up plan has 5 reminders into the future to follow up, only 5. You might decide that's not enough. You can create your own customized plans when you're ready, and you can add those in. How cool is that?
Are these automatically sent, or are
Good
they
question.
reminders?
It's a combination of both.
Okay.
So in each of these plans, they're going to be, each one's a little bit different. Like if you hit the plus sign to the left of the plan name, you'll see what it's composed of. Like when you see a phone, that means you're going to have to make a phone call. That's not automatic. You got to do that one.
Sure.
So Zap will remind you to do that phone call,
Yeah.
but it's not going to make the call for you.
Right.
But then you might see one that has an email next to it. That email might be automatically sent by Zap, or it could be Zap is going to say, you need to send it, but now's the time.
Okay.
So some things are automated when it's an email, but some are not.
And I'm assuming there's just a notification somewhere at the top of the screen?
On what you need to do?
Each day when you log in?
Yes! You are so smart about this system already. Each day when you log in.
The system.
Well, each day when you log in, that's the first part of what you said. That is smart. Each day when you log in are keywords. Log into your system each day, especially when you start using these follow-up plans to help you incubate and convert leads. That's why you use them. Yeah, the only way you're going to know who to follow up with is if you log in, like you said. And let me go to the dashboard. You look at your dashboard, either on your phone or on your desktop, and you scroll down to the bottom section that says follow-ups, and you click on each of these column headings, new, hot, incubating, cold, closed, and you see if you have anyone to follow up with right there, because that will tell you. Oh yeah, I have 26 just in my new status. And they're on a follow-up plan. That's why these names are sitting here. So this is how Zap tells you you have to do something.
Cool.
So these are not people that the follow-up step is an automated email where Zap sends it. You literally have to do it. Look who I'm supposed to follow up with. Grandma Kirk. She's first one on my new list. Here's how easy it is to do the follow-up though. Here's how easy it is. It doesn't take long. Go over here and click the Actions button. Zap will tell you what you're supposed to do as a follow-up when you click Action. What is my next touch point supposed to be?
You need to call her.
I need to call her and then log the call, and then it takes her off my list and advances the follow-up plan. Okay? Some of the actions might be to send an email. Okay, now it isn't with Grandma Kirk because it's grayed out. Let me see if I can find another one. Jody Smith, send an email. And look how easy it is, send an email. I click on send an email. Oops. Click on send an email. Loads up my email compose window. Over here on the left, I get to review if I have any Jody Smith activity, insights into her behavior. She has none, so that's a sad face. I always review that before I do any follow-up, and you should too. But here's the email I'm supposed to send that's part of the follow-up plan. Whoa, it's already there. It loaded it for me. I don't even have to change it if I don't want to. I could. All I need to do to complete the follow-up is hit this button that says send. And that one's done. Move on to the next. Cool. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Can you see how follow-up plans can help you with lead conversion? Yes?
Yes, I do.
Do these have an
It's after 12,
unsubscribe?
they checked out.
They checked out. They got to go to lunch.
Does this
It
have
is 4 minutes over. I see that. What's that?
Does it have an unsubscribe for consumers? Okay.
Especially new listing alerts. Anything that's an automatically sent kind of an email, it always has an unsubscribe when the customer gets it. So we do not have time for new listing alerts, which is a major, wonderful lead conversion tool to use in Zap, but it is on our agenda to open up the afternoon session with. So I recommend you come back. That starts at 1.
What time is the afternoon?
1 to 3.
Okay.
Okay, we did cover all of our Zap Daily best practices. So I want to make sure that you guys keep this, and I encourage you to look at this every day when you log into Zap. I'm going to pass out another handout. It's called the Zap 21-Day Plan, and you might appreciate this. This gives you one item to do each day in Zap for the next 21 days in a row.